The camera opens on Wesley Orion Reginald Masterson III sitting in the master's corporate office as a concerned worker rushes into the room. Mr. Masterson, I know you're very busy, but we have the latest reports back on your new project. Oh yes, good things, I hope. Quite the opposite, sir. Whatever this antidote you're making is for, it can't be worth the risk that these side effects are showing. Our test subjects have experienced full organ shutdown, bleeding from the eyes, and even some of them, well, some of them seem to be... Seem to be what? I don't know how to explain it other than, well, they seem like they're possessed. One minute they're fine, and the next they're in some trance-like state, and nothing we can do can snap them out of it. Good. This is excellent news. Excellent news? Sir, if this got out, it could kill hundreds. I mean, it could kill thousands. And for those who don't die, I mean, they'll be slaves. Servants. Excuse me, sir? They'll not be slaves. They'll be her servants. What the hell, sir? Oh God, what is this? There's some kind of giant work. Wesley stands from his desk and makes his way around to the worker, who is now lumped over on the floor as the queen makes her way inside his mouth and begins to feed off of him. That is no way to talk about your queen. Wesley gazes out the window as the queen gorges herself behind him. It's finally time to enact our plan, my love. In just a few days, the town of Dalton, Georgia will become yours, and I'll rule by your side, just like we always planned. The camera pushes past Wesley, focusing on the now dead carcass of the worker, as the queen exits his body, leaving a slimy trail in her wake, where the words appear: Oddity Roadshow, Episode 6, Friend of the Trail. The camera opens on the door that just shut right in front of Ron as his two companions are locked in the other room. But you now find yourself, Ron, holding Alfred, who you'd met before. He seems to be in a kind of more of like a lucid state. He's not awake, but he was covered in webbing and cocoon. Very, very like similar to we've seen other people in, but he does not seem he doesn't really seem to be that harmed, though. He seems to be in pretty good condition. Like he's kind of like slowly coming to. But what are you doing? You're holding this old man in your arms.
Well, I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna stand us both up. I'm trying to get the the cobwebs off of him that he can probably hold up.
Thank you. How's it going?
You got a real uncle feel to you. You're Alfred, right?
Yeah, we met before.
I'm just making sure. But I had a disorienting last couple of minutes.
Oh, you met my nephew? Got you? He was saying that.
Let's talk about that afterwards. So that in there, you see the door that just closed, and my associates and some kind of worm CEO.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of worms going around. I told you, we talked about this earlier.
Yes, I know, but we're doing it now. Like it's happening right now. Like I just pulled you out of some kind of, see the cocoon hole in the wall there?
Oh yeah, you got big arms.
Yeah, yep. Thank you very much.
I felt pretty safe in them.
I let him go, realizing I understand. I appreciate it.
I feel less safe.
Yes, I know, but I gotta sort of wipe some of this green acid off so I don't get all this shirt all over me. But again, tell me how did you get here? What's going on? Talk to me. Give me something. Give me something to work with here. I'm a little out of my depth.
Yeah, no problem. I was looking for my friends, Corinne and Hot James.
Found them, actually. They're elsewhere in the facility trying, I guess, to come here. I'm not sure. Okay,
well, I was looking for them, and I walked in that room, and there was this old man. He was eating some dirt. He didn't like that I was in the room, and then I got sleepy. Then I took a little nap, and then I woke up and you were holding me.
All right, so that's not great because you're some kind of psychic. You've dealt with all this before, and it just got you, huh?
Why would you say I'm a psychic?
You know what? That's not important.
No, I know we watched that show, but that doesn't make me a psychic.
Yeah, but you see ghosts and stuff,
no, sorry,
right?
I wasn't talking. Yeah, I was talking to the ghost.
Ron is looking for something with which to break the door down, I suppose, now. And instead of asking this fucking moron, whatever it's going, like, yeah, this is a bad, like, Ron does not say or think this. He's like, all right, I might need to act on my own here without.
Yeah, Ron, you try to go open the door, and even with your burly arms, it seems stuck closed, like there's something. Because like the door like opens out towards you, and it seems like there's something like stopping the door from like being pulled out, and you try to push on it, and it seems like there's some like weight behind it.
Ron looks for air vents, or an air vent's not going to work for Ron, but he's got to figure. There's got to be some way in here, or maybe a window. Like, is there a little window in the door?
So the whole wall itself, any parts that like would look like it's like the lap are like falling down, there is the similar like the green casing that you've seen before, and also you don't really know exactly what's happening either, because you like were in the apartment, and so like you just now like realizing what room you're into, because you didn't see like you punching through the walls or anything like that. You were just trying to reach in a pool in your head, so you don't even necessarily know what's going on. You just heard your friend screaming and a door close.
All right, well, I'm gonna bang on the door. But Marlin, Jamie.
So we see like Ron banging on the door, and the camera like starts to like do a little pan over as we see like we go past the wall, and it's just like this very like dark, dim lighting. Eerily, like there's just enough light peeking through some of the holes like punched in by Ron to where like Marlin can just see like right around him, especially with your phone.
I have my phone on the floor.
I was gonna say, and then you have some phone light that's illuminating, but it's very similar to like the scene of like Indiana Jones when they realize like, oh shit, there's like all of this is just like bugs, but it's like worms. Not looking great though, as Jamie's screams are getting like muffled as she's being pulled under this desk. And you see, like I said, sitting in this like tall executive chair, you see who you could assume is Wesley Orion Reginald Masterson III. Like I said, he looks like tattered old suit. He himself just like looks decrepit. He's like covered in this kind of like gross film, like kind of thick goo.
Like Vaseline?
Yeah. And he's just like staring at you, like kind of, he's got like a steady, wheezy breath, but he's just like staring straight at you. He's not really doing or saying anything. What do you do?
Say, what do you want?
Very interesting for you to come to my house and ask me that. Maybe I should ask you what you want.
I'm looking for van keys.
Wait, what?
I'm looking for van keys. Keys to a van. She's also looking for van keys.
Well,
Are there any? Do you have any? We thought they would be here. We thought this was the last place.
You're not part of the resistance that was called to try to take me down and stop my plan?
No.
Oh. Well, okay. I had this whole speech planned, but I thought you were with them. And he points to the wall behind him, and you do see the corpses of Hot Jimmy and Corinne.
The corpses?
Yeah.
They're
on
like
the
dead,
wall.
dead?
Yeah, dead as shit. Up on the wall behind him. Because I thought you were here with them, and I was gonna do this whole speech telling you that there's no stopping my plans. But you're just here for van key, so I guess I'll just say that I'll just go ahead and kill you and save the speech. I don't.
Or you could give me van keys. And I'll leave.
Why would you think I had van keys?
I thought they were here. This is Stefan's van. The van.
Do I look like a person that's in a giving mood?
No, I'm gonna try to keep him talking as long as possible. Can I roll to manipulate to see how long I can keep him?
Yeah, roll to manipulate.
Whenever I roll to manipulate, I can ask the keeper, what will convince this person to do what I want? And you have to answer honestly, but not necessarily completely.
He just wants the monologue.
So I want to give him as much chance to monologue as possible. 10.
There's no way you've got a slide deck about all this.
Give me some manipulations.
It seems like you had a whole monologue planned anyway.
I did, but once again, you're just here for van keys. I feel like
I am just here for van keys. Why would it be? It's not wasted.
You wouldn't even get the depth of what I've been doing for generations, building up to this point.
What were you doing for generations building
well,
up
let
to
me
this
tell you.
point?
And he looks like off, and he pulls this little light on his desk, so it like shines some on his desk, and it's just like even the desk itself seems just gross and dirty. It's like covered in dirt. There's worms crawling over it. You can see he's more illuminated now, and there are just like numerous worms just crawling all over his skin. He doesn't look like any of the worm-infested people you've seen.
What color are the worms on his skin?
All three. Like it's just like this whole room is just like crawling with them. But he like turns the light off, to like look stoically past it and goes, I grew up in this factory for generations. There's always been a master's at the helm, and well, that's whenever I met her. And so we're gonna cut over to as this man is just starting to monologue off. Ron, you're banging on the door, you're screaming. You do like you're punching your way through, but you're seeing like there's like the green shell blocking. As you're like punching it, it seems like it's like hardening. Like every time you break a little bit, more is starting to like form up on it, as if it's like trying to stop you. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to look for one of the two enemies of worms, which are cold juice, trademark, and electricity.
You do have some. I'd say, let's say you have like one more fire extinguisher on you.
So let's say that. So you said there's some parts of the wall that have big holes, that have holes in them that are wiped, sort of fixed over with this. Let's say just substance to get past it.
It's the carcass of human bodies that have been like they're kind of like melted down and then like redistributed and hardened.
Cold juice. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and blast that so I can maybe punch my way through.
Yeah,
and, like,
so
make it brittle enough to get broken, and
roll to kick some ass, and I'll give you a +1 of your cold juice usage.
Cold juice use. That's an 11 on dice. +1 is 12, so it's a full
so
success.
you like spray and freeze this area to where like you're starting to be able to punch through, and it's actually breaking it, and it's no longer.
Sounds like monologue in there.
Yeah, and it's no longer like able to like keep reforming. So you are starting to break through, so you can start to hear this monologue that's going on in there as we cut back into, and he's just like, "That's whenever I met her. Oh, I was just a young lad, and I didn't even know I was about to meet the love of my life. She was so beautiful. She just sat there, and I knew as soon as I saw her what they were doing was wrong. I had to stop it. I couldn't. But once again, you don't understand. You're just here for keys. We lost them.
No, but your story is so compelling. Please continue. What were they doing that was wrong?
Well, they were using her.
They were using her?
She's perfect. I don't know. I don't see how you could see something so elegant, so beautiful,
Marlin thinks he knows where this is going, and he doesn't like it.
And that's it's in. I learned how to talk to her. I learned what she needed me, and that's whenever we started this plan years ago, and it's been building up to it. And like he pulls out like a jar, and it's just like his dad's head in there, and he goes, yeah. I've been waiting. I've been waiting for. I wanted him to see it. Anyway, so you wouldn't get the nuances of what I'm trying to do.
Why wouldn't I get the nuances?
You're a van enthusiast. You don't even
I've been fighting worms all day.
Why have you been fighting them? I didn't tell you why. Well, you're an enemy if you're fighting the worms.
Well, why are your more enemies than me more worthy of the monologue?
Well, because
if me being an enemy makes me less worthy of the monologue.
To take me down. They came here, and I wanted to show them that that I'm better than them. That there's.
Well, clearly you did.
But you're just here for van. Why do you even think van keys would be here? I'm sorry, you're really throwing me off here with the van keys.
Look, I just really want van keys. That's all I want. You don't see any. There's the last place that they were supposed to be was here.
At this point, Ron, you are able to break through the wall, a big enough hole where you can like kind of make your way in. As you hear Marlin saying that I just want van keys.
Where's Jamie? Way to stay on task, Marlin.
I point to the wall. Watch out for this guy!
While doing that, try and reach for Jamie.
The room is very large. Like there is like a large, probably like 20-foot gap between you and because you're like the very back of the room.
Well, I'm trying to help my friend who seems to be suffocating. Marlin's got the CEO of Worms engaged in conversation at very least.
Mr. CEO of Worms. Yeah. Give me. Let's act under pressure.
It's called improv, Joel, and I just did it. Rolled in accordance with the joke that I made so poorly. I'm just gonna mark my experience here and wait to see what horrible fate falls me.
So, Ron, you just try to like run forward to grab Jamie, and then like out of the shadows just steps 4 different like purple-colored worm people.
Oh, come on.
But instead of them like trying to attack you, these actually seem way more docile than the other ones, as they just like have restrained you almost immediately. And even Ron, with like how big and burly you are, you're struggling to like you can't move at all. Like they've pretty much just like picked you up off of the ground, which is still impressive just for your sheer height. But you're kind of just like suspended as like they have like your arms and legs bound as you try to run forward and you couldn't.
Alfred.
Oh yeah, what's going on here? Oh, this is not great. And then Alfred like stares up and goes, "Oh, Corinne, you're right. You did die. Yeah, that's not great. Jimmy, you do look hot. Yeah, you still look good up there. Yeah, no, this isn't great. Okay. Yeah, no, I can help him. Hey, we're gonna call in a strike.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, no, it's a worst case scenario. So we probably got about 20 minutes before they probably gonna get here. So this is all gonna die. Yeah.
Can you help me get my friend out? My two friends?
No, honestly, Corinne said they're probably goners, so if you want to come with me, we can escape.
No, fuck her. Come on. She's acted high and mighty the entire time, talked down to us, and she's dead and I'm not. I'm gonna figure out how to get everybody out of this.
She says she seemed pretty cocky, but she likes it. But yeah, she said to watch out. And then you look down. There is some purple worms crawling up your leg. I'd say there's 2 on the left leg, 3 on the right.
I have I think I have like supposed to have a baseball. I have a baseball bat.
Yeah.
I try to hit him off. Like I don't want to touch him.
Give me an act under pressure check.
9. So
you're able to like start pushing him off, but like you're pretty distracted by this at this point, though. You can't. That's the main thing you're able to do. You all start to hear Jamie's muffled screams get quieter and quieter as they stop.
No!
Stay with us, Jamie. Come on. Hold on.
You hear this distant, dulcet voice of Ron saying, stay with us, as it gets further and further away, as Jamie, your eyes like shut for what you feel like is gonna be the last time, and you open them back up. The wind. Is that a sea breeze hitting you? No, there's nothing better than the sound of the ocean. Wait, there is. There's the sound of the ocean, and then there's the gallop of horses down the sand. As you, who do you see coming down? This beautiful untamed horse, just long flowing mane. It's tall as shit, even for a horse.
I see Blondie, a beautiful palomino with golden fur and flowing white blonde manes.
Oh yeah, Goldie's there, and she's just galloping. She's so elegant, and she sees you. Oh, you're laid down on the beach. You got trapped in a little bit of kelp. You thought you were gonna drown, but something saved you. Oh my God! You look out in the ocean. Is that seahorses? Are they just waving goodbye to you, saying thanks for the aquatic adventures, Jamie?
I rode seahorses.
You remember it so vividly. You're in the water. You're loving it. You could breathe down there. Everything was magical. The seahorses, they loved you, and they don't look like normal seahorses. They're very large, and they have horse heads, but still seahorse bodies. It was a lot nicer than I'm describing it. You liked it.
It sounds kind of scary.
It does, but you push past it. They said that we're different. We're not like other seahorses. We're horse seahorses. Anyway, so they leave, and so Blondie comes up to you and it's like, Jamie, you look like you could use some help.
Yeah, I don't know how I got here. I was just laying on the beach. Should we go for a ride?
Oh, we should go for a ride. How about you get on my back, Jamie?
Okay, let's ride off into the sunset.
You start riding off into the sunset with Blondie. It's beautiful. Like, and this is the thing, sunsets like go down. This one's just at like that right peak point of like half sun. It keeps looking like it's going down a bit, but every time you look away, it's a little bit higher, so you can go back there. So it's just like golden hour forever. There's just like a beautiful, it's not like a nasty, gross ass beach either. It smells good beach, not bad beach. Everything's lovely. You're just galloping on. And then Blondie's head rotates around 180 degrees, facing you directly, and you hear a voice. Jamie, I need the body.
What?
Jamie, I need the body.
Blondie?
Jamie, if you don't, we're both gonna die. Well, you're gonna die. I'm not ready to find a new one yet. I need the body.
What body?
Yours.
What do you mean?
I need your body. I can't take full control unless you give it to me. Jamie, I need the body. We're all gonna die. I didn't really care about your friends earlier, but now they're gonna die too, and that's more of an enticing thing.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who I am. I need the body. Just give me control, and we can get out of this.
How do I give you control, and how do I know you're gonna give it back?
Listen, I need you. I can't be in control. I'm not strong enough to be in control of time. So I'll give it back to you, okay? And you just stay here with Blondie. Everything will be fine. Your friends and you are gonna die if you don't give it to me.
If I give you control, you'll save them all,
I definitely will try to. I'll put in more effort than I was gonna.
and I get to come back.
Yeah, for sure. Once again, I'm not strong enough to take full control.
But you won't tell me who you are.
We're really busy right now, Jamie. We don't need to know who. I know you. You just met me. It's fine. Just give me the body.
I will, but I'm gonna.
And then the
wanna
horse
know.
head like flips back around, and Blondie's
Jamie, everything's so. Look over there. It's air horses. Yes.
You mean a Pegasus?
No, that's different.
How?
These don't have wings, Jamie. They're just horses that fly on the power of your love. Look, that's how high they are, that's how much you love horses.
I do love them that much. It's
Oh,
true. It's
let's name
true.
all of them, Jamie.
Okay, that one's Christopher. That one's Leslie. That one's Mom.
as this like the camera like slowly like stops like on the wide shot as Jamie and Blondie are just riding down this coast, naming all the sky horses legally distinct and different enough from Pegasi. As we then just snap back to Marlin, you're like focused on this. Ron, you're a little concerned because you once again both of you had heard Jamie like struggling and fighting back. You no longer hear any of that talking or breathing kind of stuff coming from under the table. Doesn't sound great. What are the two of you doing?
I don't think it's gonna work, but I pull out a gun and I try to shoot Wesley.
Yeah, give me a kick some ass.
Hey.
So you pull out a gun and you shoot him. He'll take one harm, and you're gonna take an additional one harm because one of the purple worms starts to like wrap around your hand, and like these stingers come out of it to like hit your wrist to where you drop your gun. And he goes, no, you shot me. Oh, that's in there. Honestly, I didn't expect someone that was just looking for van keys to have a gun. That's on me. Anyways, y'all seem to just kind of not be down with the monologue. I was gonna tell you about the most beautiful, elegant creature I've ever met.
You started attacking me with worms!
I will say my whole plan was to kill everyone in town and either let you die or turn you into worms. So it's nothing against you in particular. I don't want you to think I have a personal beef with you. This is a lot more about. Let me ask, what's your name?
Marlin.
Marlin, have you ever been in love?
Sure.
You're really just taking the wind out of my sails in a lot of these things. I was about to go into about how you know what love can do to a man. But you just, I don't really think you've been in love, Marlin, and that's the thing. That's the difference between us. And he like stands up, and the worms don't fall off. They're still just like crawling all around him, and he's like more in the light. And like he doesn't look like he's possessed, but he does look fucking gross. And he just like picks up this whole handful of dirt and just starts eating it, and just goes, Are you hungry, Marlin?
Yes, I eat food.
Oh yeah, we all like to. Marlin, we have more in common than you think. Could I interest you? In a little bit of fruit leather? And he holds up some fruit leather, but it looks like the antidote you ate before.
Would I have any of the extra?
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, I'm good. I have some.
Oh, yeah, but who's your very burly friend over here? What was your name, sir?
I'm Ron, and I'd like to be set down, please.
Oh, no problem. Ron, can I interest you in a little tasty snack? A little tasty treat, Ron.
Marlin's looking at you like,
Probably not. You seem, I know I heard your name, so it's not like a stranger, but it does seem a lot like taking candy from strangers, something I've been advised against.
Well, your friend said that he already had some. Did you already have some of this, Ronald?
Yeah, no, I've had your snacks are fine. I would stick to the carpets though.
Great. Well, I don't really have to kill you. I already did it.
Wait, what now? Hold on.
is it poison?
Oh, I don't have to. Yeah. No, it's not. Here's the thing. You're not gonna die. You're gonna be here to serve her. You're gonna make.
I'm sorry, is this like a girlfriend thing? I'm not quite sure I understand who
We're
you
far
keep
beyond
saying
that.
her.
We're not. We're
Who is that?
We're partners. She's.
No, that's great.
She's my queen.
That's
No,
what
I
I was
do-
thinking.
Like, God help anyone if they disrespect your queen, or what? Like, is she like what? Like,
I want to meet her. Where is she?
She'll be here soon. Don't worry. And when you went by the, and then we can act. I can show you. I can instead of telling you, I can show you what the plan is. And so.
Why don't you tell me so I have
Well,
like, a good idea of what
they also ate the leather.
Oh, that's what's gonna happen. Wait, was she here earlier and then she left?
This is her dumb. She can come and go, but they ate the leather, and these aren't their their new forms are with her. They're serving her.
I'm sorry. Are you pointing at everyone? Like, your pointing's kind of vague. Is that like everyone in town? Or are you pointing specifically at the corpses of our I guess the people we met tonight? Those people, they're in the room there, in the corner. Like, who are you talking? Who can't see who you're gesturing at? Be more specific, please.
Yes, the people that y'all knew. Those are the two. That's why I thought
Well,
y'all.
I'm being held in the air on a bunch of zombies.
I thought y'all. Once again, I told your friend. I thought y'all were with this organization that was coming to take me down, and I was trying to say that you end up like them. But also, I'm assuming you're here for keys. And Alfred in the back goes, I'm actually with them, and I am not here for keys. But I am upset you killed my friends. Oh, they're upset too. They just told me.
Can they tell you anything about their new forms? What is that about?
Really? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, Hot Jimmy said that his body was born anew, his skin was shed, and the last thing he remembers is wanting to serve so much that he ripped out of his own chest, and now he's here. Oh. He said it hurt a lot. Oh.
Marlin's eyes get really big.
Corinne said that it hurt a lot too. They said the first thing they started to feel was like, you know how you have to cough and it feels deep down like you got something forming up, you can't cough. And you notice how that feels in both of your chests. Yeah, no, they said it was kind of like that. They also kind of groaned. I don't know if it's a side effect. Okay.
Marlin's about to go ape shit.
Everything he's describing, that like feels like the early stages of it. It does feel like both Ron and Marlin are going through that.
How long did it last?
They said the pain was infinite, but then they kind of lost control of their bodies.
From the first signs of how long do I have?
Corinne said that she was feeling that a little bit. Jimmy said by the time, because he ate it before you and he gave it to you, he said by the time he met you in the hallways, he was starting to feel like a little cough. So maybe have like an hour?
I'm like trying to listen for Jamie and I don't hear anything, right?
Yeah, nothing.
I just like I feel like I'm gonna die and turn into a worm thing, so I just take out my knife and I'm gonna try to charge Wesley and try to stab him and just go ape shit because I'm like not.
Yeah, give me a kick some ass and I'll give you a +1.
Because Marlin is a they'll never take me alive type personality, even though he's a coward. 7.
You like run up and you're just stabbing him. You're stabbing him a lot in the stomach.
It's probably really alarming for Ron to see, honestly.
Ron sees it. Marlin is stabbing the shit out of this dude, and he is like he's getting stabbed, like he feels it, but he's just like
Get him, Marlin.
That's okay, wow.
I start going for the neck.
Yeah, and then like as soon as you go for the neck, he grabs your hand, and the amount of strength he has is like it's unsettling to Marlin, because like you just stabbed him a bunch and he just laughed at you, and you just start to feel because like you exchange harm when you get a mixed success, so you're gonna mark a harm, and the harm actually comes from like he feels like he's about to snap your wrist. Like he's just like grabbing it. There's like blood protruding from his stomach and like abdomen where you just stabbed him a bunch. Does look like normal blood. He's laughing at you. He's even spitting up a little blood on your face.
On my other hand, I just start punching his face as hard as I can.
Yeah, you can't punch that hard.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
but I'm.
But you're trying, and he's just kind of like giggling it off.
I don't like it.
And then he goes, oh, she's here. She. Every time I'm hurt, she comes to me. She knows if she takes care of me, I'll take care of her. You see underneath like the ground tunnel burrowing up as you start to see I'd say it's about like 3 feet long.
Like a graboid?
Yeah, kind of graboid. It's where it's just like this worm, like coming out. It's larger than you've seen any of the other ones. You could surmise that this is like the queen. It starts to wrap itself around like Wesley's leg, and it starts to crawl up, and immediately like it is like crawling in and out of like the stab wounds as its body is like coming out behind it, and you start to see like as the tail is like leaving in, parts of his like body are starting to like reform and heal itself.
I do not care for that.
As
Is he still holding on to me?
yeah, he's still holding on to you as like the queen is like wrapping itself like around him and interlocking with his wounds and body.
I like glance over at Ron. Like you're still being
Ron
held,
is-
right?
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
going
Ron,
to
give me
redouble my efforts
give
here.
me
I
a
don't-
tough check.
I'm not just gonna lay there while this is horrible. Like, at least try to struggle. That's a 10.
Yeah, so Ron, you're able to like break free. You've been struggling to like get through, so you do like a big pull. You're not trying to do this, but you do rip off their arms, the ones that are holding your legs. Like you just pull so hard that their arms kind of rip. They got like gross zombie bodies, so like it's pretty frail and shitty. That you're able to get free. The other two kind of like, you can hit them off you. So you are free from this. You see Marlin is being held. What do you do?
I grabbing the arms that are attached to my legs and using them as bludgeons to get my way through towards Marlin and to try and. Can I offer you a hand there, Marlin?
yes.
You're going through and you're like,
Wham!
you're beating your way through. You're hitting all like the zombie worms off of it, and you knock Marlin down safely, but you still knocked him out of the hand.
Get clear, Marlin.
And you go to like swing one of these arms and like hit Wesley, but before you can, you see like the queen worm like wraps around his neck and her head like pops up right in front of you. And Ron, you stop dead in your tracks. As you just start to feel the need to fulfill every wish of this queen.
Well, I just set the arms down, I guess.
Yeah, and you see this, Marlin, like Ron just sets the arms down and he's just like looking, and it's a different look than he had whenever he was like screaming about like people being in a fire. He now looks like he is kind of like in like a daze.
Can I pick up my knife off the ground and try to cut the tendons on the guy's legs so that he collapses on his ankles?
Fuck.
I'm gonna try to like.
You
rip-
like try to go for the knife and like he just kicks it away from you. Like
Fuck.
he's very like he not only looks healed, he looks like stronger and invigorated.
I closed my eyes. I like kind of glanced up. I think I could put together what happened, so I closed my eyes. And I'm fucking terrified, but I don't want to get hypnotized by the queen worm.
You close your eyes, and what you start to feel around you, it feels like, cause like, what are you like curled up in like little fetal position? What's going on?
I'd be trying to stand up and like feel my way with my eyes closed.
You're like, close your eyes and start to feel around, and all you feel is like, as your hand is reached out, you feel, you can tell it's the queen because of her sheer size. You feel her start to like wrap around your like arm as she's like inching her way up. But here's the thing that it feels at first terrifying, but as soon as like her excrement starts to like hit your skin where all the pores are and you're absorbing it, that arm just feels so chill, like it's serving a purpose for the greater good. As you,
Which Marlin has always cared about.
yeah, well, this is the thing. It's not that Marlin's always cared about the greater good, but as soon as it touches, you feel like you finally care about it. Like there's something beyond you, and that's serving. That is taking care of the needs of this. And you think this as you just slowly start to open your eyes, as you just like, there's just like giant worm in your face, as you just feel like, this is right. And both of you just start to feel, and here's the thing, inside there's still part of you that's like aware what's going on, but your active brains are just like, this is tight, this is what I should be doing. And you start to feel like you love this queen worm so much, your chest is just throbbing, even beating a little bit, as parts of you seem like they're starting to reach out. And then you see Jamie stand up. At first, she seems normal. She's no longer confined by anything. In fact, she seems more steadfast than she ever has. And you then start to see her back cracking. She begins to just crouch down, and you see
feathers protruding out of the. At first, they start tiny out of each little pore. You see the base of a feather coming out, and then more violently, they ripping, just tearing her whole body, what looks like to shreds. And you see rising up in this almost bloody Jamie carcass, a 7-foot tall cassowary bird.
Oh no, I'm not.
And
Does it still scare Marlin? Is the bird phobia stronger than?
Back of your head's still scared, but
Okay.
you can't do anything. You're just stopped, and you just see, like, standing up, and they, once again, it does look like a cassowary if you're familiar with that, but like it looks like a monstrous version. Like its talons are larger, its skin is hardened, the eyes themselves are just like this pitch black darkness. There's even some like ethereal specks looking in there. Marlin, the last thing like you're kind of seeing is like this queen worm trying to go into your mouth, and then it is just like grabbed and just like yanked back by the cassowary's mouth as it hurls it, and you see Wesley like let out a scream as soon as like the queen worm is thrown. Once it like hits the wall, both Marlin and Ron feel this deep aching pain, like everything the queen worm is feeling, it happens to you. So as it hits the wall, both of you fall to your knees in this crippling pain as you see this large, it kind of looks like it has like even some astral glow to it. There's something sitting on it, and it just like cracks its neck and just goes, all right, you two, I'm gonna have to do something, but I need you to help protect this body. Get ready for this. And it just spits on both of your faces.
Oh!
Oh, come on.
But the thing is, it snaps you out of it, and you start
Okay.
to feel like you immediately start to cough up and vomit all of like the weird antidote you ate before, as it just seems like it's an immediate reaction of that like propelling out of your body. This giant bird looks at you and goes, okay, I will handle the rest. You just have to get ready to, as soon as Jamie gets back, you're gonna have to take her because she's not gonna be able to withstand what's going on. And
I mean, I'm not doing great. Yeah, sure.
okay, great. And so
That's Ron's job. He can carry her.
And so you then see, like, as this is happening, all of these, like, the walls start to, like, crack, as from the other side, you see all these, like, zombie worms are, like, trying to break through the walls as they all came from the call of the queen, as they're, like, all, like, rushing in, trying to, like, overtake this giant bird. And I'll say, at this point, you're full Marlin now. There is just this giant 7-foot tall prehistoric looking fucking bird talking to you.
Is the door still shut?
There's a bunch of holes in the walls.
I do. I'll be outside. I go out through the hole, and then I take out my jar, and I'm trying to catch a worm as soon as I'm outside of the.
Marlin, where are you? What are you? Oh, come on. I know you're scared.
I'm
but
scared
come
of
on.
birds. I'm terrified. And
No,
then I'm like
that's-
looking for a worm.
And then, so Ron, what you see as you stay in the room, there's these hordes of like zombies like coming in, and this thing is just slashing through all of them. And what's interesting is like you've seen all these things get hurt before, and like even shot and stuff like that. It had to be electricity or like the cold juice, patent pending, to like take them down. But you just see as it's like ripping through with like the talons and stuff, there's these like black bile like wounds forming on all of them. That's like just kind of, it seems like the worms inside are being like disintegrated once this thing is like coming in contact and like fighting them. And it is just waves and waves of this thing, and it seems not at all phased or done any of this by this. But what you do see, Ron, is Wesley is trying to go after the queen worm, and you can see him like trying to sneak his way off with her.
Now, hey, come on now. You stop it and tries to grab him by the collar and sort of hold him up.
So you grab him by the collar, and he's still like reaching out for the worm. Give me an act under pressure, and I'm gonna give you a +1.
Well, I'm gonna need it to get to 10, but I do.
What he's trying to do is you can tell that like he's trying to open his mouth for the queen to go into. Like he's trying to let her like enter him that way, and you just like grab both of them and they're holding them just far enough apart where he's like, no, I told her I would never fail her, and if this
Bird Jamie, and Ron starts sort of waggling the big the queen worm.
And then like this fucking bird just like turns its head to you and just like cocks it to the side and just lets out this shriek as it just jumps forward and just like engulfs this entire fucking queen. The head of the queen is outside the bird's mouth as it just snaps its jaws shut. The head of the queen worm just falls on the ground and is just oozing out. as Wesley is just like holding her and crying. It's like, I loved her, and I told her I would give her this town because she's done so much for it. She's been here for generations, and he just he then picks up the knife that like Marlin had on the ground, and he just goes to stab you, Ron, and it just like bends on your chest.
Oh, come on now. All right, come on. What kind of Scooby-Doo is this? Let's go. Yeah, I know you would have got away with it too if it weren't for us meddling. Let's get out of here. This whole building's collapsing.
Marlin looks in the hole, and then he sees the bird and gets scared and looks away. Like he can't stare.
And so,
in
Marlin, what you see as this happened, once the bird like ate the queen worm, all of the zombies just start dropping one by one. All of the worms, like all around, start to wither and melt and like die
come on.
And like you had a couple in your jars, and sure enough, it's just worm juice, baby. That's all you got.
Worm juice is better than nothing, right?
We'll see. We'll see what worm juice goes for in the market.
Filled my jar with worm juice, and I don't go back in the room because I'm scared of the bird. I wait outside. I say, Ron, can you get me my knife and my gun?
Yeah, no, I think your knife might be a little bent. I'm sorry. We'll see.
Yeah, the knife is comically bent like a fucking shoehorn.
I got other ones.
Well, we'll get you. I'll find your gun. It's gonna get it's a little wormy. I'm just holding
My 22's on the floor in there. It's probably got worm juice on it.
Oh, yeah, no, it's like everything else in here.
I keep hearing the big bird stomping around. I don't want to go back in.
No, that's fine. We'll be out in a sec. I don't want to be in here either.
It's stomping around. It's like eating up dead carcasses. It gets to this one body on the wall and starts to slowly shrink down as you start to see like the talons recessing, the large fucking whatever weird waddle thing on its head's like going back in.
That is a giant hollow bone. That is no waddle.
I don't know what it is. It's weird looking. Look up cast words. They're tight.
They make a horrible clicking
The
sound.
feathers start to like recede back into it. Jamie's hair starts to grow back. And we see, and she still has like enough clothes on to cover modesty and stuff like that. But like a mostly like tattered clothes, like Jamie, like laying down on the ground in front of a body on the wall.
Ron moves in to sort of try and catch. If not, then
Jamie like forms back and like just falls back and like into like Ron's arm. Jamie, what's the last air horse you named?
The last air horse I named was Lavender.
So what happens is, Jamie, you're seeing it, you're on Lavender, you're flying up in the sky, everything's great. Oh no, Lavender will look too high, Jamie, you're falling. Oh no, how far is it? You're falling for what seems like forever. And then you feel yourself in these nice big arms, and you look up at Ron, and the last thing you hear Jamie say is, Lavender. And she passes out.
Ron shrugs.
Is the bird there?
Nope, we got Jamie
We're good?
back.
Okay, I come back in.
Yeah.
And get my gun.
No, here, I think it's right here under my here.
What was
what? She said Lavender.
How did she turn back?
I don't know. How did she turn in the first place? She was looking at this.
Ron, you said she was looking at this, and you notice in front of you, there's the deceased body of an older Indian man. He probably looks like to be like in his 50s. He's got like salt and pepper like beard, nice like black hair with a little like, tasteful gray streaks. He's aged very well. You can tell he was hot when he was younger, but like he got fucking hotter when he was older. It's real tight. You see in like one hand, he actually is holding a jar with the preserved worm in it. It looks different from the other worms actually. It's still larger, a little more grotesque than the average worm, but Cobb did mention that he wanted one of the original prototype worms and not one of the new ones. So you see that like in a jar, and you actually recognize it very similar to the jars you found in the van. You see in his front pocket a set of keys with a series of license plate name tags that say Stefan on them.
Well, don't that just beat all? And Ron grabs the keys.
And Ron, you grab the keys, and like as you're doing that, because you have to break through some of like the...
I'm going for the worm.
You have to break through some of the cocoon webbing up there, but you see fall out of his jacket pocket a map similar to the one that you have. The one that was in the van read for Stefan. The one on top of this says for him. And you also find a postcard.
Oh, Joel had that under his laptop. That's very impressive. He's hiding it.
Let's assume that sort of as we're outside of the collapsing worm building.
Oh, hold on. I gotta get the worm, and I want to search the body for anything else.
Yeah,
I won't fast forward yet.
Then, okay,
Yeah, you find the postcard. You find another copy of the map.
I decline to read it here in this crisis.
And then Alfred goes, okay, well, that's pretty good.
Normally we would try to revive the two of them, but the spark only works if you got a body. So,
What about him?
who?
This guy, Stefan.
Oh, it might...
He seems like a cool guy. I have questions for him. Can you bring him back to life?
I don't know if he has the spark. I gotta call them in for it. It's gonna take a minute,
Okay.
but we can try it.
Yeah.
I
I want
don't-
to ask him about his van.
Okay, but we should probably leave right
Yeah,
now.
I'm gonna leave.
Do you want to? Okay. Well, I'll send to the team, and if they can revive him, I'll have them call you. What's that? Okay. Corinne said she's sorry and you were wrong.
I was wrong?
Oh no, you were wrong. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, and don't tell him that. Never mind. Never mind. It was a little. Okay, yeah. Hot Jimmy said, he's still interested if you are. I don't know what that means.
Jimmy, do you have a Coke stash somewhere that I can,
Yeah. No, he said he did it all.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, Oh. No, I'm not going to tell them that. No. No, I know you're my nephew, but that's not nice. I wasn't there. I was sleeping by the pool. I know you died. Okay, anyways. So, congratulations. We did it. I'm proud of you. Your friend looks like she could probably use some help.
Yeah, we gotta...
So, I'll call in the team once again. Happy that we got the team up. Hopefully, us and the monsters and mechanics can do some stuff again in the future. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay, apparently y'all aren't monster hunters. You're just van enthusiasts, so congratulations. You found some keys?
Finally.
You do see there are now people from Monsters coming in. They're trying to check the grounds. You make your way back into town.
Now, where were y'all an hour ago?
They sent in the strike force, like the recon team, to see what's up. You do make your way back into town. It does seem like there was some deaths, but most of the people that were like taken over, does seem like they were able to recover once the queen died, as most of the worms died in them. Now, a lot of the more extreme cases happen at the actual factory. In town, you get a hold of people at the hospital. There was the quarantine because worms were infecting people, but they didn't have a mass casualty there. They were able to hold back. Overall, not bad. You do find out the whole plan pretty much because Corinne and Hot Jimmy, they were a monologue too. Alfred eventually tells you via them Wesley Orion Reginald Masterson III, his whole thing was he wanted to turn the entire town into worms or servants for the queen, because this has been the queen that has made all of the master's carpet stuff, made the stuff where they could genetically modify people to create that. So she's just been, serving the town forever. She's so much of the town is built off of her. And pretty much this guy fell in love with the worm and wanted to give her a paradise. So that was the whole plan. He is being taken into custody. So we cut over to Jamie. You're slowly waking up. You've been there's a paramedic helping out, checking you, making sure all your vitals are fine. And you come to, you're tired. And then the paramedic kind of gives you a rundown. They're like, yeah, it does not seem like there's any bodily harm or anything. There's no scratch, bruises. You seem great. So you should be happy you got out of there before the big factory fire took everything down.
There was a fire?
You should be really happy that you got out alive. And so did you work at Masters Carpets?
I was a college intern. Buzz.
Hornets? Buzz. And he does a little buzz handshake with
but
you.
Jamie's too weak to do it very well.
They make you feel like you get a bit more awake. You just feel so exhausted. You don't really know how much time passed, but it feels like you have been awake for a week. You're so exhausted. You've never been this tired. But yeah, so they're taking Wesley into custody. The town seems to be doing better. I will say at this point, y'all are offered a place to stay and crash, so you can sleep off the night.
Check in on the mechanics.
They're both fine. Gabriella and Caroline are fine. They were able to help out at the hospital. They also said it turns out you were very right that there's worms, and they tell you that once they get back, they can once again help work on the car because you did save the town.
Is Deacon okay?
He has a scratchy. He didn't die, but Deacon does have to deal with the fact he did kill some of his coworkers, but he was able to.
Him, the worm. I mean.
Yeah, who knows? Here's the thing, though. You remember everything that happens as the worm before, if you are still alive during it. There is a time where your consciousness is still alive and you're savable. There's a little window in there. But if you are, you do remember everything that happened, which isn't great.
Deacon does seem to be okay. But yeah, so like I said, you're all like patched up, bandaged up. You get to sleep probably for like a day.
I'm calling Cobb.
He's not answering.
God, fucking Cobb. I keep calling him.
Yeah,
I text him, Cobb.
Yeah,
Deals.
He's not answering. You're trying to get a hold of him.
He's gonna fucking call me and say that he's okay. I gotta keep this fucking. I look at the worm and it's definitely dead, right?
Yeah. This one, it seems to be dead, but it's also it's like suspended in some some liquids in a hermetically sealed jar.
The Cobb came out.
You do, yeah. You got Cab, but you are told so there was like a small like little fire that happened. No, nothing like it wasn't like permanent damage, but Alfred hits you up and says that they try to use. He told them to try to use the spark to see if they could bring back this man, and it did not seem to work. He apologizes, but does tell you that if they can bury him for you, or they can whatever you need. If he was like a friend, if you need a little funeral, if you just want to burn up the body, they take care of a lot of stuff like that over Monsters.
I asked Gabriella and Caroline about Stefan. Did they know any? Or do I find any? I mean, can I contact his next of kin?
You don't, like I said, you don't find, like, they didn't know him.
Mm-hmm.
They, like, all that happened is, like, he came into their shop, was asking around. That, like, the only places he definitely went to were Trailer Motors, the factory, and then the final place that that he went to, because it was marked on the Oddity Roadshow map, is the Wink Theater. But outside, Gabriella and Caroline don't know anything about him.
Okay, I'd ask Alfred if we could have a couple hours just to try to find his next of kin. Or does he have ID in his pocket?
You did not find any ID or anything.
Okay. Hold on to the body.
All right, yeah, he holds on to the body. So yeah, you were all like I said, this is like you pretty much like sleep for like a whole ass day. So like that's what Marlin's trying to get a hold of Cobb. What are the other two of you doing?
Jamie's really tired, and she just keeps examining her body, looking for like what happened, like why she's feeling this way.
Jamie is clumsy. Jamie works with animals. Jamie has been bitten by so many cats, dogs, raccoons. It just fucking happens. You work at animal rescue, you do that. You volunteer at the zoo, you've done things. So you've had like cuts and scars and bites and scrapes all throughout your life, and then also you're like tripping over stuff. None of it. There's no scars. Like, your skin feels like soft and fresh and new. Like there's not like even like like I like the first time I like really fucked myself up and like there was like a scar like on my knee from when I felt that's gone. Like everything like fully healed.
Jamie also keeps hearing that voice like in her memory of where Blondie sounded like she expected her to sound, and then all of a sudden she had this different voice, and she's like looking through her phone contacts or syllabi, like any kind of like, do I know a person who sounds like that? Like, where did that come from?
Yeah, you can't put it together. There's no one that even like sounds similar to it. You can't really put it to, put any like face to the voice or even like memory.
Yeah, so that's probably on some internet forums looking up horse nightmares just to see.
Yeah. A lot of the horse nightmares are about no horses.
And some of them are the nightmares of horses.
Yeah. Interpreted by their wranglers and riders. So they think, last night my horse seemed like she had a bad dream. I think it went a little something like this.
There's a lot of scam artists, psychics who's like, I can explain what your horse's nightmares are.
There's the most popular is actually
serious practitioners.
The most popular is the horse screamer, where he says, despite what a lot of people think,
go faster.
Yeah, despite what a lot of people think, horses like aggression. He's also in the Guinness Book World Records of being kicked in the chest by the horse the most without dying too. So
yeah, Jamie does not ascribe to that belief.
Yeah,
she does not agree with the horse screamers.
But you
tactics.
don't seem to find anything under horse nightmares or horse voice or sky horses. Sky horses does turn up a lot of stuff about Pegasi though.
Oh yeah, and that besides just talking to Ron and Marlin about what happened and
Blondie, eh?
Yeah, I don't think I turned into a bird.
I think you did.
Yeah, and then Marlin, you have no pick. Like you weren't able to get any evidence.
I wasn't trying. I was distracted trying to get a worm.
Jamie, I didn't take a picture either. I had other, but You was a bird. Like a big tall
It
bird.
doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. But what
Marlin
about
just
what part of
gestures
this?
around.
Well, yeah. Marlin raises a strong point with that excessive hand waving and gesturing at all of, this.
Well, I guess whatever happened, it worked out. But the next time, try to get some pictures or something.
I have I take out my phone from before.
That's not a bird though. That's just me.
I like zoom in on your fucked up bird face.
I don't want any more experiences of this kind. I thought we've got our keys, we got our van, we're going on a pretty straightforward road trip. Come on. How often can this stuff like this doesn't just happen in every town?
Marlin just looks at you.
Marlin, come on.
Maybe if we go on a road trip, I'll forget about the voice and stuff.
I'm gonna go see if we can get this car started. This sounds like I'm gonna go get this van started. See if they need any help down there in the garage.
What about that postcard you found?
Oh well, sure. I guess
Should we
we'll
read
take. Let's all sit down and have a read of a postcard. December 24th. Thank you for everything. I don't know who I'd be if we didn't have each other. I hated who I was before. I will not go back to that version of myself. I know I'll always have you with me wherever I go. I know that I'll be able to hear your voice when I lay down at night. Together we were unstoppable. The whole world was ours for the taking. I really thought it'd be different with you. I could never find love like yours again. Even if it is out there, it isn't you. I thought taking this trip again would help. I couldn't let your image fade any more than it has for me. Our love is eternal, but our time wasn't. You sacrificed your crown to save my light. I can't go another year without you. Love, your eternal light, Zane.
That sounded kind of sad.
Yeah, no, that's pretty kind of a Yeah, no, I guess that might have been Zane there that he means I don't know.
We found not Stefan.
Well, I mean, I
Maybe
don't
they're
know.
both
Maybe
dead.
not. I can't. I mean, I don't know what people's names are. That guy didn't have any idea on. Nobody's doing the keys. It's got both of the keychains on. So
It just has Stefan on
Oh
it.
no! So I guess this is Stefan. This is Stefan's
why
key. So
would-
I guess this came from Zane, but Zane wasn't on the trip. Zane's not on the trip right now.
I don't have any postcards from myself.
I don't either, Jamie.
Yeah, so I think it was Stefan.
I mean, sure. No, that all makes. Look, we don't. I'm just gonna go see if the fan starts.
You do have the other postcards as well.
Do they say? When do they have the same? Like, what dates are they on, and who's they from?
Well, we didn't finish reading them.
We left them in the van,
a
right?
handful of them. Yes. They were in the van.
So it makes sense if we go back down to the van and start
Yeah,
looking at
yeah,
them.
and then because like you gave the keys to the to Caroline to like work in the car. She said that they do work. She's able to get it started, and they're checking on it. And she did tell you like it's a very interesting car. They've never really worked on anything like it. Like it's just like a very intricate custom job, but she is like doing maintenance on it, and it seems like it should be ready to work.
They're signed Your Eternal Light.
Well, that turns out Zane
So-
is the eternal light there that we hadn't heard.
Yeah, it'd be weird if they both called each other their eternal lights. No, like you would have a different nickname, right?
Right.
Not necessarily, but
I'm happy we decided to go up north for summer. We need to spend more time in the wilderness, especially the mountains, except for when I need a good drink. We're going back to the Ankita Ridge Vineyard in the fall. I know, but sometimes this boy needs to party. I know you're into off-the-map stuff, and I appreciate that you let me go places that will not be your favorite. But I know whenever you take the lead on destinations, I'm always amazed. You know the best places for us to get away from it all, giving us even more time to truly appreciate each other in trips like this one. And the more time I spend with you, the more I know we're more than life partners. We are soulmates. Nothing will ever be strong enough to break us apart, no matter what. Love, Your Eternal Light. That one's from June 12th.
okay.
Do you want to read this one from September?
Okay.
I like
Jamie?
how this is actually in character.
Yeah.
Where Jamie's like, "Do you want to read one, Marlin?"
Okay. September 18th. Also signed Love Your Eternal Light. I'm sorry this one was late. I still say it isn't my fault because you found the last one before it's sent. My life for a hiding spot in this van. But it's not like knowing what I write on these changes why I do it. Because you're the reason I write each of these. Without you, I would have just kept wandering lost and afraid. No more. Now I have faith that everything is going to be okay. And I want to help you see the world like that too. I know you wait for the next shoe to drop all the time. And after decades, it feels like there's no chance for a happy ending at all. So I'll believe for both of us until you can. Ugh, Marlin looks up at that like, ugh. Only because I know one day you will see it like I do, of course. Why wouldn't you?
Who wants to read the last one? Is it me?
It is.
Once again.
You don't want to do one in character,
Once again,
Ron?
in character, Jamie. I'm just like, is it me?
This one's from October 20th, and it's also from Love Your Eternal Light, so probably Zane. I can't believe we only have a few months left. Now what am I supposed to do when we get back home? Unless you just want to live on the road like this forever. You did tell me I'd love it once I got used to it, to wait a little longer. I can't believe I was able to save that dog because of what we've learned out here. Look at me now, Mom and Dad. Your light is shining the world still. Now that you've shown me this life, I see why you said it's something everyone needs to do once in their life. You are my favorite person in the whole world. And next week, it's my turn to pick the surprise, and I have one you just couldn't guess to save your life, mister. But don't worry, you know I always save the best for last.
Ominous.
So, did he take him on a carpet tour?
Well, it looks like on the map they were planning to go.
Hey, let's look at the new map.
They're going. We'll compare the two maps, Joel.
Yeah, they both just have the same places marked where it looked like they had been. Each of these, once again, doesn't really matter which one, like, is addressed to a different one of the shops that's are like, you know, stands there along the way.
The theater here looks like they both circled that. Would probably want to check it out.
Do you think Zane's still out there?
I don't know.
Where were y'all reading these at?
In the van.
They're probably just chilling in the van.
Yeah, so let's say that, like, you had gotten the van back. They said, like, they did some work on it. Seems like it's good to go. This is, like, the first time any of you, like, start the van up with the keys, and it kind of sputters a little bit, but then eventually, like, does kick on, and that's when you guys are reading these letters, like, as, like, you know, you make sure, like, the van's running, the AC's going. As this is happening, Marlin, you're sitting in the back, because, like, you were all, like, reading these. I'm sure you, because, like I said, you probably reread all of them. You're trying to see if there's anything that, like, stands out.
Starting a Pepe Sylvia board inside the van.
As you're kind of, like, figuring that out. But, like, as you're reading these, Marlin, you notice kind of, like, outline in the van as if, like, there's, like, kind of, like, in the floorboard that there's, like, a movable panel.
It looks like a movable panel in the floorboard. And I, like, poke it with my foot. Does it move easily?
Yeah, you poke it and it kind of just like shifts and slides open.
I peep.
You peek inside of it and you know stuff about cars. You've definitely seen cars before.
Yeah, seen. Yeah, seen.
You've seen them. You've looked at engines. You've looked inside things. This looks like something you've never seen in a car before, because like it looks almost organic, like underneath there.
Fuck.
As it's like layered into the van itself.
I don't like that. Like fleshy?
Yeah, a little fleshy.
Ugh.
I also don't care for
A little
this.
wet, probably.
I don't care for more descriptors
I take
either.
out my phone flashlight again and I'm looking closer in it.
You go to like reach for your phone and you do that, and then the worm that you had in like the little jar was like next to you on the seat, and like you go to reach your phone and then that like falls
No.
and rolls forward.
No.
You grab the jar. It's like already halfway in and it's starting to like be pulled in, and it's like pulling back on you.
Come on, give it. I need this. I'm talking to the van.
Once you start to say give it, the window wipers like start to like go back and forth.
In like Morse code, or just like it's angry?
It just seems like they're just kind of like flapping. No one hit, like no one's sitting in like the front. It just seems like they started like going off.
Run, Jamie! The van's trying to eat the worm.
What are you talking about? No, oh, gross. Is that meat in the van? What is that,
It's
flesh?
trying to eat the worm.
We gotta call the Trailway Motors, ladies. This is real unorthodox.
Should I use the cattle prod?
I
mean,
feel like
on
that's
the
a bad
van?
idea.
Hold
I don't want to
on
make
here.
it angry.
Let me get a grip on there. See
Oh,
if
yeah,
I
you're a
can
lot
pull
stronger.
that. Yeah.
Watch out for the glass. Don't shatter
no,
it.
I've got a delicate
Wait, why
touch.
is there a worm?
Because Stefan had it. You were passed out. I wouldn't have been hiding it from you.
It was just on the seat next to him. He was sitting there the whole time. It
was an important artifact, like the other stuff that we had, like the mantis eyes and the mantis shrimp eyes and stuff. I haven't decided if I'm gonna sell it yet. We need it either way, and I'm like trying to run.
I don't want the van to eat it. Hold on, let me grab it. See if I can grab this.
You start to grab it, and as you like pulling it out, the glass around itself just kind of like pulls off because it seems like the part that was inside of it had kind of like been absorbed and even disintegrated to where like it seems like there's like a clean cut to where Ron, you just pull off the glass top as you see like the body of the worm just kind of like get sucked into the van.
Hey Joel, I don't want to be like feel like I've got more information than I have because I really don't. But like, have I noticed, say, hole that you would put liquid petroleum distillates on the outside of this vehicle? Like, is there a gas tank on the outside of the fucking car? Did we feed the car weird bullshit, or is like we missed your fusion, for magic bullshit?
There's a gas tank.
Okay, that's good. That was just like a side item that was flashing through my mind. Like, is there a regular gas
Ron's
tank in this
pissed
car,
off.
or do you like put more?
He says, "What the fuck?"
Is the van gonna be a worm now?
No, I don't think so.
As it starts to like suck in like the rest of the worm, you see like the hatch itself like close, and you start to like the van like starts to like shake and vibrate.
I go out to the front and I try to get out.
You try to open the door and you can't open the doors right now as the van is like shaking. The lights start to like blink off and on. You start to see like the windows itself, they're not getting obscured, but it even looks like they're getting like thicker, like the glass is thickening. You hear like hardening of metal around in the van. So it does that for 12 minutes, and
I'm just panicking and trying to get out for a solid
eventually
12
you kind of
minutes.
just like, as soon as y'all aren't timed, but as soon as it hits like 12 minutes exact, like the van just stops and you're able to get out.
I thought it was happening again.
What was happening?
The worms.
No, I think it just ate it and got stronger.
Yeah, you look on the outside of the van, and it like looks like it has this like sheen to it, like even like a brand new fresh paint job even. And like there's parts of it that seem more like reinforced. It did look old and tattered as it just been sitting there for a while, but this looks like a new, very nice van.
Are the symbols the same?
The symbols are the same, but you look at the front and where their compass is on the 12-point star, one of the points is lit up.
Oh.
Can we try to feed it other stuff? Does anyone have any Cheetos?
I don't have any Cheetos.
Jamie, can't eat Cheetos in the van. The dust
What?
gets everywhere.
Oh, I mean, it's your car, I guess.
All right, we'll get some Cheetos on the way out. I didn't mean
I
to
could've
step
sold
on your
that fucking
dreams there.
worm. I could have bought my own van.
Well, but we need you to drive this van, Marlin.
Okay,
Come on.
yeah, I wasn't.
If we feed it a CD, do you think it would play the music?
Does it have a CD player?
Did I just date us by bringing CDs up?
Yeah, you did. The van does not seem to have any.
Does it have an 8-track?
It does not seem to have any type of like music player device outside of a radio. It doesn't have like a van or a tape deck.
I
or
turn
an
the
8-track.
radio on.
Yeah, you listen to the radio.
It's normal.
Yeah. It's normal and shitty like the radio is.
I turn it off. Let's go to the theater. Whatever. Are y'all good to get in the? Y'all feel safe in the van?
No.
I mean, but I don't. In the van, but I mean, all vehicles are notoriously dangerous. It's probably the most likely place you're gonna experience an accident, Jamie. Anyway, even if it didn't just eat magic worms.
Marlin, do you feel safe in the van?
Jamie, I never feel safe, so I can't really tell the difference.
So you think we should drive it somewhere?
I think so. I mean, maybe it's stronger now and it likes that we fed it. And that thing lit up. Maybe we have to get 11 other magical things to feed it.
Well, if you guys are comfortable, I'll go with you.
Shotgun throws the keys to Marlin.
I don't want to sit near the van's mouth.
All right, well, you sit shotgun then. I'm gonna go stretch out in that back, catch a little nap on the way over.
Do we have any duct tape?
Yeah, you got some duct tape. You all went and like picked up stuff too. You have all your supplies and suitcases
My tools.
and whatnot.
Let's tape the thing shut so it doesn't eat your hand or something. Ron.
Like tape the floorboard on it?
Yeah, tape the floorboard with the duct tape.
We'll just do that in here. I'll put this little box over this suitcase on top of it here, so it just has to.
Jamie has decided that whatever this portal is the van's mouth, and when we tape it shut, she's waiting for it to make like muffled noises.
You're just staring at it the entire time.
Like peeking over the seat.
I mean, if you're going to look at it the whole time, you might as well let me sit up in the front.
Okay, but I'm going to sit in the corner as far away from it as I can.
All right, just stay up there then. Just help Marlin find the place on the map.
We go to the theater.
Yeah, you go to the theater. It's an old theater. There's a bunch of like stories about like, all the ghosts of Dalton and, all that spooky stuff. The theater has been shut down and turned into like a little roadside museum and attraction. You're greeted by a older gentleman, probably in his like late 50s, early 60s, but still seems to be pretty spry, very rotund and ruddy faced as he's been described. And it's said that he could easily cosplay as Rush Limbaugh as far as just how he looks. But this is an NPC given to us by Ian, who also gave us money on Indiegogo, and you too can go back in time and take one of these spots before they did. But you are greeted.
Okay, but if you have access to time travel, I want to emphasize that is a really huge waste of the opportunity.
But do whatever you want.
I guess you have all the time in the world there,
It's up to you. I'm not going to try to fucking tell you what to do with your time travel
How do you know
abilities.
Ian didn't time travel to give us this guy?
Yeah,
Also.
Ian just normal lived and gave us money. That's you can do that too.
That's what you think.
But yeah, so you are greeted by this man. What voice? I had a voice in my head. Hold on, wait. Good day, everybody. How are you? Welcome to the Wink Theater. It is I, Tiberius Sugarfoot.
Hello.
Hi.
Might I interest you in some trinkets? Perhaps some souvenirs?
Trinkets, yes. Souvenirs, no. Hold on. Let's see what you got there.
The joke's on you. They're both the same.
Whoa.
Anyways, how can I help you at the Wink Theater?
Do you know it's Stefan or Zane?
I know many people by these names. Please be more specific.
They were in a relationship and had this van.
Good for them. Oh, wait a minute. He already came for the postcard. Why are you here?
Okay, can you explain? Did one of them leave the postcard for the other?
I was sent a postcard and I was told by the owner of this van would come to claim it. But how are you the owner of this van if there was another owner?
All right, so
Marlin grimaces.
concept of multiple owners is, pretty straightforward. Like, we have it now. It's our van now.
We got it from Crazy Carl's cars.
We got it from Deacon.
Yes, Deacon, yes. I do not know him, but I know of the name. I like it.
You know of the name Deacon?
Yes, I've heard of people having it.
Right.
Tiberius,
It is Tiberius Sugarfoot.
Tiberius Sugarfoot, can you give me any information on the people who previously owned this van or sent you the postcard?
Well, I know this man came in. He told me his name was
How long ago? Okay, Zane came in.
A few months ago.
What did he look like?
Oh, he's very handsome. You could tell that earlier he was hot, and as he got older, he became even hotter. Yes, but he came in, said that I had a postcard for him, and he, gave me he was, on the trail, if you know what I mean. So he was a friend of the trail, and I gave him what he needed, and he went on. It's the way of the Sugarfoots.
So he was a handsome...
Very handsome.
Indian
Some
man?
might say I was sexually attracted.
That's great to hear. Was he his ethnicity?
Yes, he was Indian. Yes, beautiful. Very, very rugged looks.
Did he have like a gray streak in his hair?
Oh, yes, very tasteful gray streak. It almost looked like it was put there by the gods themselves.
See, I had it all backwards, Ron, thanks to himself. Those weren't Zane's keys at all.
What does it mean to be a friend of the trail?
Oh, a friend of the trail. Well, you obviously know. I can tell you have it about you. I smell the trail on you even now. How recent was your transformation? Now keep in mind what this man looks like, and his voice is like this too.
My last transformation? I
Yes.
don't. I started dressing a little differently last year.
Okay. Oh,
That's when you got that the horse shirt.
Yeah, I used to wear shirts that didn't have horses on them, but now I only wear shirts that have horses on them because I like them better.
Well, do I have a trinket for you? He reaches under there and he pulls out this like tiny little glass horse and it says Dalton on it. And he goes, for the very low price of $79.99, you can have this commemorative glass horse.
It's really expensive.
It's very pretty, but I don't have that kind of money.
Well then, the deal is off the table.
Tiberius, couldn't you lower the price a little bit?
I could.
How about let's work something out. Let's
Also,
work
it's
something
Tiberius
out.
Sugarfoot.
Tiberius Sugarfoot, excuse me. How
Yes,
about
that's my name.
Can I roll to manipulate?
Yeah.
Just for the horse? That's 4. That's 6. Shit.
He goes,
But I also have the thing where you're still supposed to tell me it, but it's not that clear. We'll get this person to do what I want. You have to answer honestly, but not necessarily completely. Because it doesn't say when you are about to manipulate someone.
He does want money. You can tell that that's what the owner of this souvenir shop.
So the
would
regular
I
like.
way you
failed.
manipulate
Yeah.
people.
But I
He
failed.
would like $80. You get a vibe about him. Like, if I gave this man $80
He would give me
right
the
now,
horse.
he would give me the horse.
Is it based on a price tag?
Yeah.
Tiberius Sugarfoot, what are you talking about transformation? Could you give us more?
It's not mine to talk about someone's transformation. Your friend here, if she's not ready to talk, that's not my doing. I can just tell you have the smell about you.
What?
Do I
Please
smell
stop
bad?
doing that.
Oh, you, sir, you don't have a smell about you, but you do have a look. Tiberius Sugarfoot's interested.
What kind of look?
Attractive.
That's what I thought you meant.
All right.
Have you been told this before?
Not often, but I'm just trying to go. Look, I'm just
Well,
trying to
your
go on a
friend
road
should
trip.
tell you more.
Marlin's thinking you are told often that you're attractive. Maybe it just goes
Yeah,
over your
Marlon
fucking
thinks of it
head.
every
you
single
fucking
time he's heard anyone talk about. Yeah,
Herculean idiot. I hold on. While he's talking to Ron, I kind of pulled Jamie aside. I was like, he might be able to give you more information if you talk to him. I know he's really off-putting, but
Is he talking about the bird thing?
yeah, there's no way he's not talking about the bird thing.
I thought he was talking about my horse shirts.
How would he know about that?
I just told him.
I was talking about. I do like the horse shirts, but I wasn't talking about that at all.
So, Mr. Sugarfoot,
Tiberius Sugarfoot.
you want me to call you Mr. Tiberius?
No, I would like Tiberius Sugarfoot.
Oh, okay. Tiberius Sugarfoot, my friends say that I sometimes can resemble a bird, and it most recently happened. How long ago was it?
It's like a day or so.
Oh, I thought we rested and stuff.
Yeah. I'm saying like it was like you rested for like a day or
okay.
let's say like 1 or 2 days.
It happened a day or two ago.
Yes.
Do you know what's happening?
Well, obviously you transformed, but I don't know to what. I can smell it on you.
What causes people to transform?
Oh, a
What-
whole numerous things. Wait, so you're not friends of the trail?
Well, we have maps.
A lot of people have maps.
And the van.
Yes, we didn't really cover how you went over that. How you found it?
We bought it at
Oh, we did. I'm
Crazy
sorry.
Carl's cars.
Tiberius Sugarfoot
Tiberius
forgot.
Sugarfoot. Come on.
Wait, I want more friends.
Oh, well, count me as a friend. Tiberius Sugarfoot, a friend of all with money. And he like slides the horse a little forward.
Tiberius Sugarfoot, I don't know why it's happening. So do you know how I can figure out?
Well, the thing about it is, I don't know you, so I can't. But
I thought you said we were friends.
we are, but I don't know what's going on with you. Everyone has their own thing. You know, there's lots of reasons to transform, to change. It might be against your will. It might be a parasite. It might be. Have you wronged any witches?
I don't think so.
Okay.
One of my teachers was pretty mean.
All right. Was she a witch?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did she do a curse on you? Did she give you any blood to drink?
No.
Here's the thing. If someone gives you a cup of blood, it's usually bad.
The last time when it happened, somebody asked me if they could take my body.
Oh, interesting. Wait, somebody.
Wait,
So I
like
don't
when,
think it's a
like after you
parasite.
die, right? Like for money or
No, it wasn't.
I've also
for
sold my
money.
body after I die.
You know Cobb?
Cop?
Cobb.
You know Cop?
Yeah, me and Cobb are,
Yeah,
we go way
yeah.
back.
He all of me and my brothers. He's bought all of our body.
Could you explain to us what happened, right? Inside your head?
Yeah, about I was riding a horse and it turned around and spoke in a different voice and asked me and said that if I let it use my body, that it would save everyone.
Ooh, so you have a passenger.
Well, it
yeah,
sounds,
where it's a van.
Well, no, you're more of a vessel than my deal. Well, you're not really, because you weren't in control, were you?
No, when I transform, I'm just I'm with my horses.
Interesting. So you're with horses. Do you like horses? You do. You said the thing about the shirts. Tiberius Sugarfoot keeps forgetting. But no, yeah, you're obvious. You have a passenger and you're a vessel.
What does that mean?
You're not supposed to define words with the words you just used. But so there's somebody inside of you and they have control if you give it. Hey, that van out there, can it drive on its own?
I bet it could.
I mean, that seems we're
It
not.
has a mouth and it ate something.
Oh, okay, bad example. A normal car.
Normal car, no.
Okay, so think of her body as the normal car, and then this person inside of her is the passenger. They have to drive it.
She turns into a giant bird.
Interesting.
Wait, now does a normal car do you drive itself and then have another alternate driver inside of it that sometimes takes over?
Not necessarily, but some might. They do have self-driving cars now, but I feel like
They do not.
you kind of missed the you missed the point of it. I'm just saying, she's got someone in her that can take over and drive.
How do I know who the passenger is?
Have you asked them?
I asked them what their name was, and they said we don't have time for that.
Oh, they're probably avoiding it then.
Yeah.
That is a classic avoidance method for questions.
We were in a bit of a pickle.
Ooh, I do have some pickles.
And he pulls out a little commemorative jar of Dalton pickles. You can tell they were just.
Are they bread and butter or dill? What are we doing? What's
I
Dalton
say
like
bread
for a
and butter.
pickle?
I say
Nice.
bread and butter.
A little sweet there,
Little
guy.
sweet, little sweeties. And he goes,
Well, I'll throw this in if you buy the horse.
I don't have $80.
Okay, well, since we're friends, I'll do it for 75.
We don't have that kind of money.
All right, fair enough.
and then he moves the horse and the pickles.
Can you ask my passenger for $75? Do you know how to talk to them?
I once again, we are friends. Tiberius Sugarfoot, and your name again?
Jamie.
Jamie, the adventures of us will be told for tales. I don't know what that word years for on. Oh, Tiberius Sugarfoot's having a hard
Told
time.
for tales years for on.
I smell toast.
Tiberius, hold your arms out in front of you. Can you hold them level?
Anyways, the tales of Tiberius Sugarfoot and Jamie shall be told for years past either of us. But as of now, I just met you, Jamie, and I don't know your passenger. So maybe you could ask them if they have $75.
Jamie looks down at herself and says, "Do you have $75? And nothing happens. I don't think they do.
Maybe you can't hear you.
Can I ask you about something else, Tiberius Sugarfoot?
Oh, that's me, Tiberius Sugarfoot. You referred to me by name. Yes.
Ron, do you mind if I take out a switchblade and I'm gonna like stab you and it's not gonna, and I'm
Hey.
asking you if it's okay.
All right, go on. I guess it is kind
Okay,
of fun
check this
to show
out. Check this
people.
out. And I go and I stab his arm. It almost bends the knife, but I'm not strong enough. I was like, what's up with that?
I don't know. He just has strong skin and a nice square jawline. We all.
I mean,
it.
there's no offense, Ron. There's no normal human being.
I've met plenty
They
of
can't be
people that
stabbed.
can't be stabbed. Tiberius Sugarfoot has many a friend.
Okay. Well, do you know why?
Once again, you're asking. There's a lot of different reasons for a lot of different things.
Yeah, I know. We're asking if you know the causal sort of
No,
specific.
I just met you, so I don't know.
All right, well,
Is there someone who would know
Surely,
in town?
probably not.
Oh.
that really was an up and down kind of roller coaster of an answer.
Where would they be?
Probably along the trail. That's the point of it.
You mean the Oddity Roadshow trail, right? Like the map? Like
Yeah, the map. Yep, that's right there. And they got some over there too. Old Tiberius Sugarfoot.
No, we're
Me
huge
and my
fans.
brothers.
We're about to. Looks like we're gonna go. It seems like it's good a thing.
See,
Andy, for us to-
you've met my brothers. You're on the trail right now.
Not you. Well, we just got started, so no, we haven't met
got the
anybody.
van.
We only just met you.
What are your brothers' names?
Tiberius Sugarfoot.
That seems like it
Their
must be
name
real.
is your name?
Yes, they're my brothers.
Then you all have the same name?
Oh, you could say that.
Are you like Nurse Jenny?
What?
You didn't watch Pokemon?
No.
Nurse Joy and Officer Jenny, excuse me. They're the same person in every town.
Oh, well, no,
But they're different.
These are my brothers?
They're different, but they have the same name and look the same.
Oh, well, then exactly like that?
like a hive mind. Am I getting?
No, we're brothers. I didn't say anything about a hive mind. Y'all are implying a lot of stuff from Tiberius Sugarfoot.
Sorry, we lost. We're trying to figure our shit out.
Do you have any nephews?
I would not say that.
Odd way to answer that question. Okay. Can I get your number?
Yes.
If we come back with money, will you tell us more?
I've not been withholding because you haven't been spending any money. I'm withholding the items here, but you're all asking very specific questions that relate to you as individuals that I just met. I don't really know a lot of the questions. You know, I can tell for
right,
you.
so, like,
you know,
normally-
for you do have the mark on you. You're
Yeah.
already
Yeah, I
owed
have
to somebody.
scars. I have
No,
scars
we're talking
from,
to,
yeah.
because you got the pact.
You know,
What do you have
yeah.
about
What's that?
five months left?
I think he was
What?
blowing on his own fake monocle.
Yeah. You got about 5 months left, or give or take.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't know why you're stingy with money.
I didn't ask you about that, though.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, you know, I can tell that, but I don't know the demon you made the deal with. I can just tell you have it. You know, I don't know who this bird is. I don't know why this man, but I can tell you know he has impenetrable skin.
Yeah, we knew that. That's what. See, here, let me see the knife again. See, it does. See,
Exactly. Mind if I get a little go there? No. I'll give you a.
Hold on, give us the horse if you... We'll let you stab him once. Give us the horse and
I'll
the
let you
pickles.
stab. You can stab me twice if we can have the pickles too. Yeah.
You know what Tiberius Sugarfoot likes?
You're so
and he
strange.
does it like in a slow way that's awkward for everybody.
Come on, really lean into it. You
Yeah.
can't just like kind of push on it.
Yeah. It's like we don't show up, but it is like 5 minutes. It's a very intense thing. A lot of close-ups on eyes.
Do I have to keep making eye contact with you the whole time? I'm
Yes, you
starting to get.
do.
All right, well, hold on. Let me get this. I got stuff in there. Let me-
Okay. Ooh, I wish I could be that little speck of dust.
Are you done?
Yeah. No. Here's the horse and the
There
pickles.
you go, Jamie.
Yay, thank
And
you.
that they're very good.
I really like pickles, actually. I look at them. Are they expired?
No, they they look like, you know, they're just like from like a local pickler. You
That's
know, people are
awesome.
pickling all the time.
The pickles, despite all appearances, have no genie's curse
Yeah.
or some kind
It's
of
good
monkey's
pickles.
paw pickle
That's a
thing.
good-ass pickle right
just
there.
Pickles.
But once again, I'm not withholding any information because you didn't buy anything. I just don't know you on personal levels.
Well, all right. How about this one? So if we were, let's say we was trying to make better friends with the trail. Where do you think where do most folks head next after they come through here?
Well, pretty much anywhere on the trail is going to be a friend to, you know.
Well, sure, but
I
I
don't
mean,
want to say, you know, I guess you all knew, but, you know, the trail was made for us. We all know that everywhere on the trail is safe.
Oh, well, I guess that's awful convenient for us, isn't it? Let's really throws
I
open
don't
options.
just mean the four of us. I mean, you know, people with different, you know, afflictions, supernatural curses, you know, ailments, temperaments, you know.
Tiberius Sugarfoot, what
Yes.
do you have powers?
I deal into some things. Me and my brothers, well, we enjoy our time apart, but we enjoy our time together, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's important to have boundaries, especially with close family.
Exactly. So you'll meet them if you're on the trail. But yeah, the trail is safe. That's what it was made for.
Well, that's great because I mean the last day has been a real wanger, and I'm just not. I don't know if that's going to be the kind of relaxing.
Been a real darn wanger.
Yeah. I don't know if I can handle any more of that.
Any more
but-
wangers?
But yeah, anywhere,
Any more
you
horrible
know,
fight.
you'll just go to wherever you find on the trail. Another Tiberius Sugarfoot, a brother of mine, will, you know, go give you information. You didn't really ask a lot about Dalton. I know a lot about Dalton, but I don't.
What do you think is going to happen to the economy of Dalton now that the whole worm carpet thing's collapsed?
I think it'll kind of shatter a little bit, but also there's still a lot of factories that don't run out of worms. So
Well, that's
probably
great.
good. Less people will die too. I think that's bad for the economy.
Oh, look who's a radical Marxist, Mr. I don't think people should die for the economy.
Ron, did you take econ in your last semester of
As
college?
as a worker, I do make an effort to keep myself informed as to general affairs. Yes,
I have
Not
a
lot of
question
theory,
about
but-
Dalton.
Yes, as Tiberius Sugarfoot.
Are there a lot of people like us here?
Oh yes, that's why we have the Wink Theater.
Oh, like a wink, and then Ron.
Well, that's why I got
Tries
into the
to
trail.
wink.
You know, these are all safe haven. Well, not all safe havens, but you can always find a friend on the trail if you're looking for one.
Is the theater, do you do performances?
Oh, not anymore. I'm here to help connect people. Also sell trinkets to not friends of the trail, you know. We just call them, you know, I guess customers here.
Does anyone have any other questions about Dalton? We've lived here, so I feel like we know a lot about it.
Yeah, we're hornets,
Oh, interesting.
Buzz.
Oh, okay.
No,
guess-
I don't think he's. I don't think. Yeah.
Do you want me to say it back to you?
No, not if
You
you haven't.
can't.
If you haven't been. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Tiberius Sugarfoot.
yes.
Are there any other factories run by malevolent supernatural beings or any other things we should be aware of? Obviously, no problem with just like normal everyday.
Yeah. I don't believe so. I just found out about this one recently. But I did know there was some, weird stuff going on in town, but it's not my job to, stop anything. I'm just here to let people know what they need to know.
Do you
Oh my god.
Does it always take this long?
do you know if any level of city government or law enforcement was in on it?
I don't know if they're
question.
in on it, but I do know there's a couple of chupacabras and vampires in the city council.
All bloodsuckers.
Yes.
Do you know anything about, like, hypothetically, in the total hypothetical breaking pacts or agreements with, malevolent supernatural?
I've heard of them tales. Usually takes a little finagling. Sometimes if you can find a stronger person to make a deal with, they can take care of the lesser one. So in your case, if you just find a stronger demon than the one you made this deal with, you can probably supersede it. But a lot of times, the new deal is going to be bad.
Be worse. Thank you, though. That's helpful.
Have you tried to hide in your soul in a jar that they can't get to it?
Where can I get a soul jar? That sounds more dangerous, too. Taking my soul out of my body and hiding it in a jar.
It might be. That was just off the top of my dome.
Thank you. I will write that down.
Yeah. I have a jar right here.
Puts out a mason jar.
That looks like it's just a normal Dalton Mason jar.
All right, you got me. You got all Tiberius Sugarfoot there.
Don't try to play me, Tiberius Sugarfoot.
Can we put it in the pickle jar after we eat the pickles?
The soul? You can try to. That's mainly just for pickles.
I'm scared the van's gonna try to eat my soul if I put it in a jar.
Ooh, the van's gonna eat. Ooh, you have a van that eats?
It eats, yeah. It ate a worm.
Ooh, very interesting. A worm, does it only eat worms?
I doubt it.
Okay.
We don't know yet. We didn't have any Cheetos.
Oh, I have some for sale here.
Aren't you curious to see what the van does? You could just give us one Cheeto.
Oh, well, I can't leave the store?
We could try to feed it one of the pickles we already got.
That's true.
Am I like the pickles?
You can't leave the store? You physically can't leave?
Well, yeah, I just said that.
Are you like bound somehow or are you just on the clock?
I just choose not to.
Okay.
Get a little anxious.
Oh, that's understandable.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty nerve-wracking out there, as it turns out. I thought this was a quiet town. There's worms everywhere.
Not anymore.
Well, I mean, there were, and it's a lot.
There was only like one, and now it's gone too.
But yeah, if the van eats things, I'd say what you should do is feed it. It probably is hungry. That's just most things that I've met that like to eat or get hungry.
That's true. Thank you for your help. Is that voluntary?
Are you okay?
I think air's escaping from him.
I just like making new friends.
Me too.
Very nice to meet you, Tiberius Sugarfoot. You've been very helpful. Thank you.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed stabbing my friend. We're gonna go now.
Oh, I'll be telling tales of the stabbing.
You think
Well,
we could set up a booth or something?
Yeah, like that's how we'll barter for shit as we go
Stabbing
along.
booth.
Let them stab you, the weird pervert
Why don't you
brothers.
come on, just try and stab me. Come on, give it a go. Bet you $50. You can't.
You're gonna have a
stab
glass
me.
horse from every city on the trail. We might need to barter for other things, but I'll get you glass horses.
I'll
Well, I
have a
suppose-
stampede of glass horses.
We need to stop before we leave the city. I definitely want to stop by my living quarters and pick
Yeah.
up all my stuff.
Yeah,
That's a weird way to say house.
Yeah, y'all,
Yeah, my house.
stop by your houses, your apartments, your living quarters, your whatnots. You gather up all your stuff.
Marlin, why don't you drop us off at our places and we'll get our stuff.
Yeah.
You can come back around and pick us up after you go to your place and get your stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all do all that. You pack up your things. We don't see what any of you put it in your suitcase, especially Marlin. There's nothing in there. We don't have a concern about it. Marlin comes, picks you back up. You're all ready. You got your little suitcase packed up, and
We gotta feed a pickle to the van
Yeah.
before we go on to the next stage of the journey. Does it?
You put the
Rip up the duct tape.
Yeah, you rip up the duct tape. You try to put the pickle in there, and it just kind of floats in the liquid. It doesn't go in anywhere or do anything.
It doesn't like pickles.
I don't want to pick that out. Ron, you want to do it?
Oh, come on. I just grabs the pickle and throws it out the back. I'm not going to eat it, but...
Ron, give me your little destiny check.
Oh,
shit.
I thought it was about to fucking eat Ron. I was like, shit.
Destiny's good. Just a D12. Do I get something else for extra?
That's weird.
That's weird. Oh, well, then it's a 7 still, so that's good.
Ron, you put your fingers in to grab the pickle, and as soon as just even your fingertips go into this ooze, you start to get flashes of the man you saw, Zane, with somebody else, and it looks like you're looking through somebody's eyes looking at Zane. And then of course in every flashback like this, you happen to be next to a mirror and you see looking back at yourself the reflection of someone who looks to be around the same age as Zane. This looks to be a few years prior. It looked like Zane is a little younger in this memory, but you see yourself as a fully bald older black gentleman, as it's you and Zane sitting inside of the van that you're in, and you're just driving down the road, and you kind of snap back to as you pull the pickle out.
Ah! Don't like that. And I had some memories from somebody. I guess I know what Stefan looks like, but it's definitely not. It's just, I don't know. It's there.
What does he look like?
He's a bald, handsome black man. He's very, very good looking. And he's in the van with Zane. You can see him in the mirrors, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm kind of concerned that the van is a guy.
Good guess.
I
was thinking that too.
Maybe the van's just got somebody's memories in them, but I don't. Why don't you give me that duct tape? Let's just put this. Let's just close this back.
That's what
up
Marlin
for
does
now.
with a lot of his feelings and worries.
You just duct tape.
Take
I
it
want
down.
to explore this more, but let's put fewer, food items in here, because that seems like it's weird to get them out for me.
But Tiberius Sugarfoot said that it's hungry.
No, it doesn't seem like it's all that hungry for pickles, though. I seem like it eats, magic worms and the like.
We have the stuff from Zane and Stefan. I wrote it down what it was, the eyes and all that, but I don't want to feed that. It might be van food, but I feel like we should hold on to it.
I feel like if those were food, you wouldn't have kept them so far away, because those were in a little secret compartment, I busted my pinky through the panel there, and that.
It's a black fur, lump of coal, beetles, and jar of manna shrimp eyes.
The fur is bigger than any clump of fur you've seen before, but still small enough to fit in a small bag inside of a bag.
Well, let's just go on our journey.
Hey, you know what? Let's just try and have a normal rest of a road trip. We worked hard. We've had a tough day. Let's just get on the road. We'll go have ourselves a nice ride off into the sunset.
Do you want to get a B&B or hotel room? Or...
Oh yeah, let's see if we can find somewhere on the way towards the next destination.
Marlin's in the front seat driving. Ron's sitting shotgun. Him and with Jamie looking over his shoulder as y'all are looking at the different destinations of the map. As the van is driving down the road and passes a sign that says you are now leaving Dalton, Georgia. As the van drives off into the sunset and the camera pans up into the night sky and slowly pans over, looking like it's spanning miles upon miles away from Dalton, Georgia. Whenever you see this face shrouded in black, face down, chewing on the cadaver, as it feels this shiver go down its spine, and you look up and you see yellow eyes pointing to the sky as something's been alerted. Oddity Roadshow is an actual play podcast using the Monster of the Week system.
I'm Paul Byron, and I played Ron the Chosen.
I'm Allison Maier, and I played Jamie the Monstrous.
I'm Shannon Strucci, and I played Marlin the Crooked.
And I've been your GM, Joel Ruiz. Music by People Need Goals, Zach Nichols, and Sriracha, with character art by Christina Marina and episode art by Sarah Gobble. For additional information, please visit our website at oddityroadshow.com. And thank you so much for listening to episode 6, Friend of the Trail, which is actually the final episode of Arc 1, The Mystery of the Lost Keys. So that's it. We did a full arc, everybody. Thank you so much for sticking around. These 6 episodes were a lot of fun. It was definitely us just trying to figure out what the show was and find the footing. We already have all of Arc 2 recorded and edited and ready for you coming down the pipeline. The next episode, episode 7, The Tale of the Definitely Haunted House, is going to be our first guest interlude episode. We are going to have some guest episodes that are throughout the arcs themselves, but in between each arc, we're going to have a standalone guest episode where we're going to bring on a friend of the show and, just kind of do more of a one-shot, but still, canon story where, it's not going to be based around an entire town and being there for a while. The first one is called The Tale of the Definitely Haunted House with friend of the show, JoJo Nasty. It's a really great time to go ahead and hop on the Patreon. If you really enjoyed all of Arc 1 and you want to know more about how we made the show, inspiration that Joel, the GM, had, stuff that the cast thought for their characters and kind of how the cast reacts and everything, go check out our Patreon. We have an exclusive post-talk show called Oddity Post Show where we talk about the show. We talk about things like this.
Communicated
The
that
worm was
without make out.
sentient?
Yeah.
What was her name? Queen Worm?
Yeah, she's like a worm.
What was her personality like?
I don't know. I got pretty high before we did this one, so what
We
is
got
that?
nice little snackies.
My little snackies.
These aren't as loud as the cookie I have.
Yeah.
Normal van thing that you have to do. Just put a magic worm into
I'm saying
the
yum yum. I'm a
compartment.
van. I'm hungry. And that is an exclusive clip that you can only get on our Patreon at Oddity Roadshow. So go check that out. It also comes directly back to us. It helps support the show, which is very nice. The money goes to help buy more things, pay for the website, pay for more art, pay for more music, which will be having some brand new songs debut in the next arc, which was one of our plans in the beginning. We still have a bunch of great stuff coming down the pipeline for the Patreon, and it's just a really good way to support us directly. And, just go do it. There's a $2 level that gets you basic stuff on there. Everything from the old Critical Bits, which is our last show we did, all that backlog is on there. So you get all of that, even at the $2 level. At the $5 level, that's when you get the access to the Oddity Post Show and other bonus episodes. And for $10 a month, you can get the episodes early and be better than everybody. Who doesn't love that? So, that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you so much for sticking with us throughout this first arc. Please, if you have not, go review the show. This is a great time to tell your friends to jump in. We got 6 episodes out. You can really get a good feel for the show. If you like it, if you're enjoying it, go tell your friends. This is a great time to get people on. And if you tell your friends, tell them to review the show as well. If you need your friends to have something to look at and understand what the show is, tell them to go to oddityroadshow.com and check out our Getting Started guide. We got playbooks up there that show all the characters. We got little info for each of the characters, the character art, a lot of fun little stuff. And it's just a good way to get people interested in the show. And once again, word of mouth, that's what we're trying to get out there. So thank you so much to everyone that has been listening and telling people about. Thanks to our patron supporters. So come back again to check out the next episode. And thank you so much for listening to Oddity Roadshow. This has been episode 6, Friend of the Trail. And make sure to check out episode 7, The Tale of the Definitely Haunted House. The camera opens on a dimly lit room as we see Corinne and Hot Jimmy bound in cocoons in their final moments. Jimmy, can you get free at all? Ooh, Hot Jimmy is bound up tight. And unlike normally, Hot Jimmy is not into it. I can't believe we're gonna die by another fucking worm attack. I just hope Alfred made it out alive so he can call for help. I don't want to burst your bubble there, Corinne, but Hot Jimmy didn't want to mention the fact he saw Alfred cocoon on the wall when Masterson dragged me in here. Fuck. Okay, well, there's at least one thing I can take solace in. What's that? That little smug fuck Marlin's probably dead now too, so he can't say I told you so if we die. Hot Jimmy's just glad that he did the last of his cocaine, so I got out like I lived, high and confused. We just have to hope the spark machine's gonna work like it did last time and we can get resurrected again. What was that, Corinne? Sorry, I found a little bit more cocaine in my pocket and I was getting one last little sniffing before I die and I did not hear any words you said. You know what, never mind, I take it back. I'm actually pretty cool with dying finally, especially if I don't have to work with you anymore.